I have heard the vassals speak of me. I have heard them talk about how they do not desire a woman on the throne of whatever empire or kingdom it is that they serve under. Why did they join my father's kingdom if they do not want me here? Nothing has changed in the way that Valencia manages itself. It has been this way since my father became king. It was always going to be this way. My grandfather desired as much as my father did that we return to the ancient ways, that daughters of House Cerneu be allowed to sit the throne if they were born to do so. Yet these men, with their old ways, their strange orthodox ways, they whisper specifically in a way so that I have to hear it, that they do not desire me as a ruler. And I know they hide their whispers from my father. I hope that he discovers their plot before it is too late, because I fear that they will prey upon my rule and the instability that comes from my father's death. He doesn't act soon. Hello and welcome, connoisseurs of Crusader Kings 3, friends of the channel, and newcomers alike. We are here once again with King Rodolph of Valencia. I think we'll probably make it another decade. We are infirm, but we have lots of penalties countering it, lots of positive things countering it, and some hard bonuses to health. I won't be worried about us until this heart turns red. Once this heart turns red, then the end will be near, but we're not there yet. Well, we have done an excellent job, I suppose, both passively and actively, of unifying the western part of the Eastern Roman Empire. There's still some outliers. These two have been at war forever. We will likely try to vassalize them, but I think the call of our mother's blood is telling us that we need to listen to our wife, listen to our vassals who don't just want peace by being under my sway. They also want peace by being unified in the region, and that's something that's important to note. When the vassals enter the kingdom, they're not just looking for peace by my protection. They also don't want their neighbors fighting. They don't want to be pulled into wars unnecessarily, and that requires not just being a pot that they can dump their woes into, but it also requires consolidating the region and restoring the strength that used to exist here. Also, we are not seeing ourselves as Roman. We are seeing ourselves as what we are, Valencian, and this will be a Valencian empire with Valencian culture. To that end, I'm going to do something that I am loath to do. I am going to take my steward off the process of making Valencia a greater and greater city. I am going to put him onto the process of changing the culture of Constantinople itself. Our influence is going to become extremely strong in the Imperial Duchy. It will take him 13 years. We may not live to see the work done, but still, that is our plan. Looking at this, these guys are all still powerful vassals. We have this woman who is a powerful vassal and not in, and of course Duke Bernard Hugh of Mercia. Our cousin, he's perfectly fine not being on the council, and that's good. His heir is his son, Volodar. I don't even know if I've seen that name in the family before. It's pretty cool though. His kids are getting some traits. Married a good woman. Seems to have passed down at least some. Oh, not to her though. Not to him. Does he gay? Oh, yeah, the pox. Inherited pox. That's bad news. This kid didn't inherit the pox. Pretty rough, pretty strong, and pretty smart. Yeah, interesting that none of my older children inherited my toughness. Only the younger ones. Well, I guess, and my son who died of stress. Poor kid. Poor kid. Well, what can you do? It happens. We are paying off debt from last session. I believe we are paying off the debt for staying out of the Holy War. That may disappoint the poor Pope because he may have been depending on us to fight whatever war it was he was intending to fight. We could just check this kingdom. Yeah, I'd actually prefer he not conquer this, because I would prefer to conquer it myself eventually if... Oh, need to check that. Eventually, the goal has to be to make this mess go away, to restore the borders of the region, I think. It seems to be what the local, well, what the vast majority of the local dukes and counts want, so I think we're going to work towards it. We want to have the minimum conquests possible, though. Ooh, our caravan master has passed on. I don't That's one of those weird things where I don't know what just happened. It looks like it took the guy who was there and then, oh no, it didn't. There's two different screens showing the same guy meaning two different things. So our caravan master has died. We have an unstationed unit of men-at-arms. Well, the places we can put things are, I think we'll put, that's the retinue, right? Yeah, we'll put the retinue symbolically in Constantinople. I don't believe I hold enough locations to place everything because this is 8 and I only have 7, so the cannon will have to go unstationed. That's fine. Let's continue to try to work our debts off by passing some time. Hopefully this war concludes itself soon. Eventually we're going to have to make a decision about whether or not we're going to encourage these Muslims to join us or if we're going to conquer the heck out of them. I'm not too interested in conquest. I will do some conquests, whether they be against Christians or Muslims, in order to restore regional borders, to create stability and lower the amount of confusion between the vassals and their neighbors. We don't need a lot of, we don't need a lot of people outside if we can help it. So this is the High Prince of the Republic of England, the husband of my daughter. They have had many children, and I do think I feel obligated to help, particularly since our great navy means helping for us won't be as difficult as it might otherwise have been. Let's look at the difference in forces here. He actually needs me in full because they have got a really, really strong opposition going. I'm legitimately not sure what it is she's trying to do. It is a liberty war. The outcome of a liberty war is on authority. Well, still. It may not seem like it's that important, but it's that important. And we are a man of our word. We just came out of debt, which is nice. Oh, we have neighbors who can be vassalized. Are they the same people we've been rejecting the entire time? Yes, they are. We probably should save up and do a feast at some central location. So I'm thinking we could do it at our niece's place. Not because I think it's going to be particularly specially good for feasts, but because I think it's really centralized. Sicily is really centralized. The other possibility we could do is symbolically we could do it in Constantinople. And I'm leaning more towards center than Constantinople, but it's close. Really close. We might end up doing it there, but we need to save some money for that. And to save money, at any rate, we need to get into this war in England. Valencia is sending its troops to England. We will land, I think, in Kent. Although, actually, I think I might land in Devon, symbolically, since we are the Cerneu after all. What is your decision, father? What will you do? Of course I will come to your husband's aid, Toda. I could do no else. If I am to be seen as the Christian who will unify the post-plague world, I must be honorable, of course. I would honor my agreements regardless of how others saw me. Yes, I will come right after you, as soon as I can form the army up. Tell your husband the Cerneu will return to Devon. This time, they will fight on the side of the English crown. The Cerneu will return to their historic homeland in order to go to war for, somewhat ironically, the English. That's okay, I guess. Let's just let our cooldown break. See if we can't hunt. Nickname the longsword. You have studied the blade while others were feasting. We wish we were feasting too. We want to feast. The beating. So somebody has beaten Isabel. That's awful. He definitely deserves better. Stay alert. Don't give them another opportunity. That's paranoid. Avoid people. No. You have to run away. I mean, I don't think that we would be against making her Raven. You know, I don't think that's really a problem. We do need to win this war though. That's for sure. They're going to win this battle. I am going to cross the heartland this way. There is going to be a bit of a problem. The boar of Thassalos. Interesting. We might go on that boar hunt as well. I don't think we make it to this battle on time, but I think we might win what's left anyway. Simply because, oh, it's going to be super, super close, dude. I'm sorry. We were like seconds away. Yeah, they are not... I don't think they're going to beat us because of our higher quality. They are defending one of their own forts. But as you can see, we're just nudging it up. Eventually, it's going to turn around. And there you go. We're going to continue the sieges that our English ally was originally working on. Hopefully when they reform down here in the south, they can't attack him, like they're not strong enough to attack him. He looks to be hunting small armies right now. Thank you for the donation. What's this? New diplomacy perk. Let's take benevolent intent. It is in a way good to just not have to worry about that stuff for a bit, right? They seem to be regathering forces, but if they do, I think we'll defeat them again, mostly because doing so should push the war over. There is no cap in this kind of war on battles, which means we should do well here in helping our ally. They're backing off because I think they don't want to throw more troops at us, which makes a lot of sense because this is an unwinnable battle for them. Saying goodbye. My sister-in-law and best friend has died. I did not know she was our best friend. Must have been a pre-decision that I didn't notice. Well, we will never forget this day. We have gained some level of catharsis. That's good. He's gonna win this battle over here, and we're gonna do the siege. Look at our little cannons. They're so cute. I guess we could go hunting. I think we could go hunting. We've got prisoners to ransom, which we should ransom right away, because not only is the war almost over, but also they'll help us get out of debt. Did we never find a successor for you? Oh, we did. Force him to fight, put him in position. Good. We'll quickly end this, end our debt as soon as we end this war. Maybe even just before. Oh, thank you for the gift. As one of the many people, I'm pretty sure, that asked to be my friend. This may just be the last battle of the war, which would be nice, because again, we want this over. Oh, nope, there's 99%, and they're gonna keep throwing their people at us. I don't know how wise that is, but yeah, I guess when you've decided that you've ended the war, you just throw yourself at the biggest army you can find. That's not how I would have thought one should end a war, but can't always be up to me, I guess. So these are the guys we've looked at a million times. I think I know who this is. This is the Orthodox guy. Oh no, he's far away. He's not who I thought he was. Okay, well, we don't really want him. Oh, they stopped their war. So we will take him, and we will take him. This is who I thought the other guy was. They don't look like each other at all. Not even a little bit. And then you're sort of close. I mean, we really want to clean this area up, right? So let's can't really do anything. Well, we'll wait till we can send a gift, right? The war is over in England, so that's a thing we no longer have to worry about dealing with. There is more sickness in the northern part of the peninsula. It's mostly in Castile right now. Excellent. Please click ending the war. Thank you. Just disband all. We are no longer in debt. We want to repair this when we can. Do that first, and then we'll get the milk tooth after. I'm pretty sure this is my own milk tooth. No, this is the milk tooth of our son, right? No, this is my milk tooth. We're gonna get rid of it. We don't need it. If it was our son's, I think I'd consider keeping it, but because I'm pretty sure it's ours, we're gonna get rid of it. So we're getting good border consolidation up here, finally. We're getting close to the point that I've sort of been hinting at, where everything else is wars. Cousin. Yes, what is it, Bernard? I have been approached. What? What do you mean? It seems some of the new vassals, they are unhappy. What? And they approached you? They were looking for some kind of legitimacy. I have spoken with all the core vassals, and nobody within the family has any intent to betray you. But many of the new vassals, they already grow weary of this new kingdom. Why? Most of them asked to join, and the others, well, I helped them rebuild with money. Yes. But it has been almost a decade since the plague, and now they're starting to see things get better. Their self-defense instincts are being overwhelmed by their greed. If I were you, would watch. Why does it have to be so complicated? If they didn't want to be part of Valencia, they should not have asked. This guy could be convinced, though, I'm pretty sure. And we were also going to buy the kingdom title here, so that the islands will be de jure, because I think that'll increase the chance that they finally join. Okay, out of the war in England, we've done our duty. And now back to our very favorite thing. No, she won't. And that's fine. We don't need an alliance with, which is consolidating the chaos that's existed for, well, at this point, like 100 years in Valencia. Yeah, I mean in Valencia. In the former empire, seems the majority picked me as their ruler, and the rest are going to have to just accept that that's now the way of the world. Our cousin died, replaced by another cousin. All right. Should be okay. We need a new steward. This countess would be a good steward. We're gonna have to deal with the fact these two are upset, but this countess would be a good steward, so we'll put her in. We won't be demanding any conversions until we see that it goes bad. Father. Yes? What is it, Eva? The vassals despise me, and they will not have me as their queen, let alone their emperor. Don't say such things. You have always been my choice. It is our way. Just because it was only recently codified doesn't mean we haven't had a tradition of respect for daughters as much as sons. In this family, well, in this culture, since before the great bard came to Iberia. They must accept the law. If they do not accept the law, then what, father? You will go to war? It's an absurd prospect as it is. Your brother, rest his soul, is dead. My only other son also died of sickness, as you know, when he was still a babe. Any kingdom in Europe would sit you as a queen if there were no male heirs. No, I think it's just the Orthodox vassals using it as an excuse. Father, it's going to be impossible to rule these people once you're gone. Well, do you think they're going to wait that long? Because if they don't wait that long, I will have to put them in their place before that ever happens. We're already back up at 600. Okay, now we shall send her a gift. I always pick gift artifact first. My brain always goes to it first. It's send gift. Thank you. You will accept with a religious exception. There we go. Now we add more crowns to our pile. More proof that many different lands want us to be their king, and that if many lands want you to be king, then you are effectively an emperor. We have Croatia, Nicaea, and Thessalonica. I think Thessalonica is the most important of the ones we have available to us right now. I can also form the Empire of Italy. Now, if we look at this guy who's been refusing, I'm pretty sure when his war is over, he'll accept now. Crete, of course, is a kingdom. What about this guy? We're not his rightful liege. What is he part of then? Oh, Hellas. Yeah, he's also a Lord Mayor of all things. I have realistically no path to becoming king of Hellas, so that's a thing. I mean, this guy's also a republic. He's part of, I don't know what, -20. He's at war. He actually might be convincible. Oh yeah, we don't want to keep children in prison. That's silly. In fact, we should empty our prison. Okay, all you guys can just go. Fine. It's utterly fine. Just be on your way. Yeah, I'm relatively certain we might be able to do this after we get the other stuff together, but it's starting to look pretty complete. Like, we got kingdom titles still to buy. The main reason we want those kingdom titles is so that those kingdom titles become de jure, right? We are going to have a bit of a problem here. There's a bit of the territory we have is technically in Burgundy, and some of it is in Africa, so this might end up being war. Our friend has been imprisoned. Well, I don't know why. Probably because he was involved in a war. That's usually why you get imprisoned. Getting some good money back. No one new to vassalize. Just grant her the pardon she wants. Now might be time to start checking our vassals to see which ones of them are good candidates for friendship. I am going to schedule that feast, and I am going to put it in Constantinople. It may not be centralized, but I really do believe it's probably the best choice. Get a good caravan master. I don't think there's anybody in my family. Oh, my daughter is average. Would I rather average free or good and pay for it? Average free it is. Now we can hire some experienced captains. I don't think we're gonna do any stops on the way or anything this time. We could. There's so much of this region. Well, we'll pick up some locations on the way home. That's what we'll do. Means we'll probably need to take mercenaries just to make sure every place is as safe as possible. Our honorary guest is going to be one of the local vassals. This duchess will be fine. She's cynical, so we could try to befriend her. Just maximize costs. No, we don't want to start the feast until after we customize our route, so we're going to only do stuff on the way home. We will, of course, pop across, come through here, but we're not traveling by land because that's silly. Hit the water, go to this spot, to this spot. I think if we come to here, we can come out much safer. It's a little dangerous still, but not as bad as it could be. Then if we'll land here, and I think we're going to land down here. I think that's good, as long as they don't tell us we can't do it. So let's go. We're going to have a feast. Hopefully a lot of the new vassals attend. The main purpose of this is to spread around positive feelings with people who share traits with me. Mysteries of the Scriptures. My daughter Isabel and her little friend Angelica have found a copy of the Scriptures from the study and brought it to the playroom. And completely ruined it. Torn pages, footprints, covers. It's just a load of tripe. That's fine. You shouldn't be destroying property, but at the same time, it's not a big deal. I get it. Still not a big deal. Fish in the sea. We'll eat well tonight. I don't want to pay that much for fish. No, not today. We're fine. Take the stress down. We'll be good. I feel confident that we'll do a good job. And I feel confident that my daughter knows competently how to do what I've asked her to do, so that's also good. Keeper of the whole Catholic Holy Site was added to your legend. I guess so. We must have transitioned this to, trying to click under it, but it's such a small duchy. Yeah, it looks like we've transitioned this over to... Nope, still not. What is it saying? Wear trinkets? I don't need a sword. Is there no way to change this back? I thought these things, like, just changed back on their own. Maybe there's a decision? From Portugal, unite the Spanish thrones. Wait, what? I mean, I'm not sure what that comes from. We're not Roman yet. Okay. Now there is no way to change this? We can't change this? Apparently, only people who have it as a holy site can change it, so the reason I can't change it is because I am a Catholic. Nice. That seems super, 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 super weird. But I could easily just change it in the files. I don't think I'm going to bother, though. It's not that important to me. My character certainly wouldn't. I can't imagine, though, that the priests of the region wouldn't be, like, converting it as we speak. Derelict ship. Let's investigate. Oh, we found a morsel of Saint David. It feels to me like a fake relic, but that's fine. We'll just keep it out of respect. What would we do next? Jeez. Never even really thought we'd start another one. I guess we can just go for... We don't even have any traits, though, really. I mean, I guess a lot of our characters have been either beautiful or robust. The other possibility is we could just go for glory. You know, I think we're going to go for activities. We've never held a grand wedding, and I don't think having this is going to change my mind about that. There's not really any reason for us to. Well, maybe the next generation will, though. But I think the rest of these are a good idea. We won't be going, well, you know, we could eventually get a more pious ruler, right? I mean, our heir is cynical, but her son, William, is not cynical. He is a nasty kid, really. Very urban. Didn't care too much about his studies. A little bit violent, a little bit shy. A little bit arrogant. Very interesting. I will not be threatened. How you join up and then immediately... No, I can manage the war for me. Oh, jeez, it's ever. I have come to you to try to get you to retract this atrocious failure of judgment before I am required to force you to submit. I do not think that you have the power to do that, my liege. I do not ask for independence. We ask for liberty. We have the right. You have nothing. You came to my kingdom and accepted the contracts that I gave you. You have no rights other than those which I choose for you. A tyrant he is then. I never thought that of you. You foolish man. I tell you now, when this war is over, I will give you mercy once. I see what this play is. This ploy is to make it so that you have more leverage under the law to undermine my daughter when she becomes the queen of this kingdom. And I will not have it. I will defeat you with my armies now, and they will be the same armies that will defeat you once I am dead. I will give you mercy once, as I have said, and if you do not accept it, and this happens again, do not expect anything other than the fate of all traitors. Do not threaten me, king, because when this is over, it may be you who are at my mercy. Well, I kind of knew this would happen. Like, it was kind of obvious this would happen. We're gonna have to very carefully figure out how to make this happen, right? So, our wife will join us, of course. The High Prince of England should join us. And King Juan the Hawk of Castile will join us. Can't bring any Dynasty members in, so there'll be no Ruthenian support. They're not that strong anyway. They're barely holding on themselves, so good on them, but not so good on them. I'm gonna form my troops here in Constantinople. Raise all. I don't feel like I need to raise mercenaries. And then we're just gonna need to be careful. We're gonna have to conquer all the small things we can as quickly as possible, like kill little armies will be our starting condition. I think he thought for a second he might be able to actually attack me, but that's not going to happen. So the majority of Italy is loyal. A lot of them are loyal. It looks like usual, the ones that I gave the religious permission to are mostly them. The ones who didn't join on their own, the ones that I sort of bribed in. Yep. There is a realistic expectation that this was going to happen. I actually don't think they're as much stronger than me, even if they were to unify, as the game is implying. We're gonna head down and fight what we can fight. Feast, making time. Is she one of the rebels? No, she's not. We'll have a lovely time ahead of us. Yep. Let's see what we can fight. We'll start up here. These guys in the center are going to have a harder time realistically getting away, so we'll just pop through like this, help that neutral army out, and chase this guy down. We are moving faster than he is, which is an advantage. He is also going to be crushed, probably this way next. They are being attacked by a neutral army as well. Interesting. Not great for them. There's a lot of ruckus going up really far away over there, but I'll just take to the sea after, if it's required. I am willing to pay, so they're trying to escape by boat right now, and they're gonna make it. At least some of them are. Actually, none of them did. And my allies popped in right on top of them right as we hit them. Very good. Very good. Let's go by sea to here, I think. And then we'll be able to clean up these armies up here. Welcome, friends. So what are we gonna do? Well, we're gonna mingle with the good folks, of course. We'll see how it looks afterwards. Depending on who rebelled is gonna decide what we actually do, that's for sure. Okay, so this is the innuendo. Never mind. It's not, this is a formal occasion. We don't need that. What did we just pick up? Oh, this, yeah. It's a fake relic that we found at the bottom of the sea. Not particularly interested in that. Right woman for the job, yes. It absolutely would not have went as well as it did without the assistance of our wife. Oh, this man is choking. I will save him, in spite of the fact he doesn't like me. Hooks are a valuable commodity. Yes, our allies are already ahead of us on the idea of going over there and defeating those armies. That's good. They will land before we do. And a toast to the Duchess, yes, of course. And with that, it's all done. Finish the feast. I am now, purely for symbolic purposes, going to take over the leading of my own army. I can't, because I'm infirm, right? No, I'm traveling. That's fine. I forgot, we don't just teleport home. That's not how it works. I'm too old to fight this guy. I can get this mercenary captain to do it, though. And he won the duel. Nice! Nice. You guys not going to fight them? Are you just gonna let them siege us? Is that how it goes with you? Are you fine? You're fine with that? You like came all this way and then decided, no, we'll just wait till you show up. It's cool. We're not gonna be able to stop the siege at this point, obviously, but we'll kill him and then break it after. Unless he's smart enough to flee, which he is smart enough to flee. Wolf struggle. I will try to help him with the wolf. Ugh, the wolf mauled me. What a thing to happen. But I was successfully had my wound treated instantaneously. Nice. See if we can't catch these guys on their attempt to flee. Legitimately don't know why they stopped. This is fine. Fight them there if they want it. I'll give them the fight they're looking for. It is another civil war in our lifetime. We defeated another one of their armies. I'm not really interested in that. I don't really believe in that stuff, to be fair. Okay, now, what would be a good place to start the sieges? There are some small armies down here. I'm not sure how much we have to worry about them. I guess we'll go right for his capital. Siege that down. He's probably gonna pop there or near there. Yeah, that was extremely overwhelming. It's spring. It's spring. Wonderful. You want your 44-year-old son to marry my literal child daughter. I'm not into that. I'm not into that. You know, she's more valuable than just marrying her off to some random guy. She's direct line to the throne, after all, right? Heir of the king's mace has lost their man. Find us someone, please. None of these are worth doing at this moment. We'll actually get rid of this guy. It's fine. Some quick sieges will be real nice. With all the cannons we have, they should be like lightning fast. Look at how fast they're sieging. It's almost like absurdly fast how fast they just sieged that. Wild. Like literally wild. We got this though. Hospitable hospices. Travelers, you look weary. Our doors are open for rest and care. A physician offers with a gentle smile. Inside, the air is calm and filled with soothing aroma of herbs. Here, try the famed decoction of rose. It will invigorate your souls. It has a 1% chance killing me, a 99% chance of invigorating me for 10 years. Do it. I mean, we don't know it could kill us. This war is going to be over before we get home. They are sort of sieging over here. Okay, well, after this siege is done, we'll go back to the the center lands. It's going to be a long trek. Actually, no, that's not right. We're not going to be able to break that siege. We can win the war faster by basically sieging down some of these capitals. This True ruler. Vassalization acceptance increased. That's fine. I don't know if we're going to go with forced vassalage. I'm actually thinking of heading over to stewardship to get popular figurehead. We've had a lot of rebellion lately. I'd just like to finish that up. Well, they backed off it. It feels like they became extremely worried that it wasn't going to go their way. I would be worried about that too if I were them, to be fair. I really don't think it is going to go their way. Like, in fact, I'm 100% sure it's going to go my way. Because we're a great king, right? And we know what we're doing. So it's going to siege in a second and that should win the war. I can go inside again. Thank goodness. War is over. An enormous amount of my vassals are now in my prison. So we really got to figure out what we're going to do about this. Let's see how our prison looks. Nope, that's not right. So let's look at these guys. I think that this war, well, let's check, right? This guy is a Croatian Catholic, so we're going to have to figure out what to do with him. It feels like most of the ringleaders of this war are the Orthodox people. She's also a Catholic. Orthodox, also a Catholic. You know, most of them seem to be Orthodox. You know, I'm not a Catholic myself, but a unity of faith generationally will create stability more, I think. I am going to demand conversions of them all. So if I demand conversion and send her away, I end up with his Orthodox daughter on the throne, right? So I think we're going to demand conversion of them. All the ones who aren't Catholic, they can become Catholic. But that is how it's going to be then. You will force us to kneel before your Pope? Huh. You are hardly a faithful man yourself. Still, you are indignant against me. Still, I offer you mercy and you act like this. But I said that you would have mercy once and I will give it to you. Swear that the Pope is the head of all Christians on earth, and I will let you leave this prison with your life and your lands intact. Give me no choice. No, I don't. The alternative is banishment. Truly, if you desired to have a choice in how you worshipped and how you lived, you should have accepted my original, generous offer. I'm also going to order all of them to change the faith of the region they're in. So let's see. Negotiate release. Demand conversion. Negotiate release. He's where we're at. Demand conversion. Now this guy, I'm going to demand his conversion. These are very pragmatic conversion demands because it feels like this was highly religiously motivated. And a lot of these people, I gave them special accommodations for their faith and they took advantage of those accommodations. Okay. He refuses to convert. Then he gets revoked. This guy is Catholic. This guy is Catholic. This guy's a Catholic. And I just want to go all the way to the bottom of the list so we don't miss anybody who is misorganized. Okay, so that's that. This guy, I don't think his faith had anything to do with what he's doing. Let's go. So where does this put us? All right. That leaves us with just the Catholics. Now, the Catholics are harder to decide what to do with. I could make an example of them by banishing them, or I could just take hooks from them. I think we'll just take hooks from them, to be honest. I think we're just gonna, but we're not gonna do we're gonna do the formalized gain a week hook on them all. You won't give me a hook? Well, then you leave me with no choice. Again, refusing my generous offer gets you banished. You should have realized that from the last guy. I don't know who this guy is. Just a random prisoner. Fine, he can literally just go. Now that we're past vassals and we're just like into mayors and stuff, people we can just let go. I don't believe they have enough influence that I would care. Oh, it sucks for you guys though. I mean, 100% completely sucks. Just not great. All right, where does that put us on people being mad? There is another independent faction that exists. It's this guy. This guy needs to know, you know what? Let him fire it. If he wants to fire his stupid independent faction, he can go right ahead. I'm severely not interested. Like, at all. I'm severely not interested. Let's go back to Valencia and let's finish the Murex. We're still getting intense amounts of increases here. A whole 2.8% even without developing it forcefully, so that's fine. Where is this new county I just picked up? There's a couple of new counties I picked up. Okay, we found someone for this job. Just click on something that's not ours so we can see spots of green. Spots of green here. Is it all like, no, there's some spots of green here. So this guy, we just started losing our hair. Must be due to not stress, but stress from everything that's been happening. Yeah, we are about to turn 70 after all. So what is this part of? Something we don't control. Who are you? Nobody. I am just going to I'm just going to find some local. We're going to grant this to like a local Greek noble. Up here we have 2 counties. Is this actually a duchy? No, this guy is the duke. He can have them. 1 county. There. Well, that was eventful. That was a thing that happened, another civil war. It's to be expected. Oftentimes people will join you, and because their religion is different, they'll immediately change their mind after they get in because of the different faith penalty. Hopefully forcing most of them to convert will fix that up. It might not, though. Like, if we sort this by opinion of me and we reverse it, you're going to find a lot of the people who just rebelled are still the ones that have negative opinions of us. I suppose I should be working on it, but that's what the intent of the feast was for, but nobody attended it because the war happened. I could do another one. I could do a hunt, and then I could do a tour. I kind of didn't want to do a tour because it's just like such a big deal to do a tour, but it may just be required. All right, then. With that, though, we're going to bring this episode to an end. I think we have another episode in us, but not much more than that. Man's getting a little old. It is 1362. We're getting on. Our daughter is 39 years old. And we're going to have to make some decisions about how willing we are to accept the current status quo. He will now finally accept vassalage. We will take that. This guy and this guy both won't. He is super close. I don't know if he can get enough opinion to push this over, but I could give him a bribe just to see. Now it's utterly, absurdly close. I don't really think there's much more I could possibly do, right? Maybe the next guy will do it. Maybe the next guy won't have 2 countering traits, and then we'll get him in. That's fine, we'll see how it goes then. Goodbye for now.